All right, welcome to Smokey Reacts. My name is Journalist. On this one, we're gonna do a follow up on this Andrew Tate guy. I've heard some things in the comments, so I'm trying to find a video to, I guess, substantiate these comments. Because if so, like, how you niggas be supporting that guy? Somebody's got to explain it to me. I gotta know, like, how you square that circle. If you let me know in a actual way, I have no problem. But like, if these things are true, then what are we doing here? But yeah, that's what we're here to check out. If you could please hit that like and subscribe. Uh, this probably be the last one on in this guy. I'm gonna move on after this, but yeah, let's get into this and see if this is gonna provide the information. If not, fuck it. I don't have no more time to spend on this.
Disabled bay.
I'm too smart to read.
I will not. I always park in disabled bay.
I'm too smart to read.
I will not administer CPR unless you're a hot female.
You're a fat, ugly.
Whether it be on YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram, chances are you've probably seen videos of this guy in the last few months. Andrew Tate, also known as Cobra Tate.
And then there's Cobra Coin.
When I initially heard of him, I figured this was going to be a fun video to make, lots of ridiculous clips of him saying the most outlandish things. But the deeper I looked, things just kept getting more and more disturbing and just plain evil. More on that later, but Tate seems like he popped up out of nowhere. I'm getting tons of comments of people asking me to take his course. He now has a dedicated following and has just been absolutely blowing up these last few weeks, saying these dangerously out-of-pocket things.
Way out of pocket.
Man's flexing a and that's the thing, any fake guru can rent a Lambo, and even if you buy one, 250 grand Huracan at this point, you're not really impressing anybody. It's just been done too many times. But a Bugatti is gonna set you back a cool $3 million on the low end, and most rental companies don't want to really deal with that level.
Offended. This cost me 5.2 million euros. Do you have any idea how much options cost a Bugatti?
But I want to dive deeper and see what's really going on here. Is this guy the new Ty Lopez? Is he just a scammer? Is he the absolute Giga Chad alpha male, dare I say Sigma male business mogul that he claims to be? Mr. Cobra even has a secret Illuminati type alpha male group that you can join. That is for $5,000, of course, as well as just all kinds of different programs. So I want to join one or two of them and get to the bottom of Mr. Bugatti.
The only water I drink is sparkling water, because sparkling water is for rich people.
Sparkling water.
Still water. The government.
Still water. Yo, LaCroix are disgusting, blood. Them shits are terrible.
So, who is this guy? Apparently, he's a kickboxing world champion, so that's where he got his money, right?
Like I said, my last joint. Boy, he probably kicked somebody's ass. His kickboxing record is solid. I will not take that from that nigga. Probably got money too. But he's still a fuckboy.
Right? That's a legitimate sport. There's money involved. You can't fake being a world champion. There's videos of
No,
him.
sir.
If he said he made all of his money through being a kickboxing world champion, I'd be naive enough to believe him. I think it's like a McGregor type situation.
And people think, oh, Tate, did you get your money from kickboxing? And the answer is no.
Okay, so how did he make his money?
Bad guys, mafia guys, these kind of things, they're always involved in these industries because they like the idea of sitting at the table and being involved with fighters and being friends with fighters. They have a lot of money, and there's a lot of their money involved in the promotions and money laundering and these kind of things.
Okay, so he just made his money by being involved with organized crime. Duh, got it. Dope. Fair enough, sign me up for his Forex course. But
I'm not gonna say it's that cut and dry. My God, chill. What? Oh my God. That is a large leap, my boy. I'm not gonna say my nigga's involved with fucking organized crime money laundering. I'm not saying that. But like my daddy had money, so I have money, and I made a little money from beating niggas up. Oh yeah, so you got money. All right, cool.
it gets worse, and I can't even really laugh about this next part. So he has a bunch of different courses and programs, one of which is a how to talk to girls type of course, which for some reason doesn't have a description on the sales page. But if you do some digging, you can find screenshots of what it used to look like online, and you quickly realize why it no longer has a description. I'm Andrew Tate. I'm the most competent person on earth to teach you about male-female interaction. Okay, cool. But then he proceeds to say
Yo, one of you niggas actually said something like that to me, too. Talk about he's so confident with women.
he got rich running an adult webcam studio, and that
Yeah, that's the shit I heard.
half of his employees at the studio have previously dated him. That's a little sus. Why would you say that? But then he decides to go into even more detail, and it just
Wait, that nigga, what did he do?
employees.
What? Over 50% of my employees were actually my girlfriends at the time. None were in the adult industry before they
At
met
the
me.
studio have previously dated him.
That's not a good thing. She wasn't sucking dick on camera before she met me, but after, hey boy, yeah. What the fuck is wrong with this nigga?
a little sus. Why would you say that? But then he decides to go into even more detail, and it just keeps getting worse. He goes on to publicly state that he would get women to fall in love with him to the point where they would do anything for him, and then he would get them into the adult industry, his webcam studio. I know this is gonna come off as a surprise, but I'm actually not a lawyer. But what Mr. Cobra just stated here sounds a tad bit like coercing people in order to benefit from their work, typically in the form of a certain type of exploitation. And this gets even more cynical, and there's another level of shadiness here, because he then publicly admits that he uses all these women to scam people out of tens of thousands of dollars. I think it's kind of one of those where a woman will tell somebody online that, oh, I want to move out and marry you, but you got to pay me $4 per minute to talk to you type scams.
Don't be jealous that I've been chatting online with babes all day.
So that's
He wasn't just chatting, boy. That nigga had himself a little thick one. Boy, hey, I remember, hey, shout out to that nigga. Nigga had the do-rag. Hey, that movie's classic.
kind of heavy. Now, I don't know if people just aren't aware of this or they choose to ignore it, but even though everything that I just mentioned is completely public information, he still has a cult dedicated following that even defends him in any video where somebody kind of pokes at him. Now, given his past history of business moves, it's not too surprising that according to
Them niggas was like, yo, he's a pimp. I'm like, I've just never heard anybody with like 2 cents of a brain be like, oh yeah, like them pimps. Like he's not even the good pimps. Like there's not even good pimps. Like just oh my god, what's wrong with this nigga, boy?
to this Romanian news article from just a month ago, his home was raided by Romanian police. And what do you know? A trafficking investigation. There was a report that an American woman was being held captive at the Tate house. Police found both the American and a Romanian woman in the building during the raid. Now, I don't think he's technically arrested, so all of these accusations are alleged, and his response is that these women were lying.
Her boyfriend caught her there, and she told a bunch of lies to her boyfriend, and her boyfriend called the police.
I don't know. The police did raid his home and find the woman that they were looking for, but I don't know the intricacies of the case. Maybe they were lying. Although he did publicly state in what's now a deleted video that 40% of the reason he moved to Romania is that Romanian police were much less likely to investigate these kind of allegations.
This is probably 40% of the reason I moved to Romania.
40. 40.
These kind of allegations.
This is probably 40% of the reason I moved to Romania, because in Eastern Europe, none of this garbage flies. Rules always have been and always will be.
So maybe the answers to how he got out of this raid and investigation is hiding somewhere in that previous statement. Either way, surely he's lost his followers over this kind of thing, right? Nope. His apology video, an Instagram post of a staged interrogation room captioned, "Officer, I think we can all agree that women love to lie." His audience response, 38,000 likes. Real G. Can you even take pictures and smoke cigars in there? I cannot believe you took pictures. Both comments implying that this isn't a staged photo op. The king is always on top. Real G. Big G. So what I thought was going to be a silly, goofy troll video on this guy turned dark pretty quick as soon as I looked deeper than the videos of him on my For You page. And as far as his courses, I was planning to join his War Room secret alpha male group for $5,000 to see what's going on there. It claims to give access to a global elite network and just all kinds of crazy things. But I just don't feel right giving him that much money, knowing what kind of businesses he might invest this money into. And also, people have mainly been asking me to try out his Hustlers University, which claims to teach pretty much any online business you can think of for $49 a month. So this $49 a month payment got me access to a Discord server where I began by choosing whether I have no money, no time, lots of time but no money, or a different variation of this. I chose no money but a good amount of time, which then granted me access to courses for a few different business models. Out of the list of options, I chose the dropshipping business model because it's one that I have expertise on and can tell if the info inside of this course is off or not. I kind of figured it's not going to be Andrew Tate teaching me dropshipping and teaching all these different courses himself, so I wasn't too surprised when one, it was just some random person I've never heard of. And I also wasn't expecting extremely high production quality, paying $49 a month for like 20 different courses. But I gotta be honest, I did expect more from the $5 million Bugatti purchasing man. The dropshipping segment ended up being these 5 videos. There was some screen recordings for the website building and Facebook ad portions, but for most of it, it was just this absolutely basic PowerPoint presentation with a voiceover behind it. And the voiceover sounded like it was done through a laptop microphone. And we never even really got to see the person behind the voice. It was a decent basic overview of dropshipping. The website they ended up teaching you how to build isn't really high quality, nothing on new forms of marketing like TikTok. Honestly, I'm not even trolling or joking. I feel like if I hired somebody on Fiverr to make me a dropshipping course, this is exactly what I would get. I looked through the other courses on different business models, and I can't judge the information inside of those because I'm not an expert in those fields. But quality-wise, it was kind of the same thing, either a PowerPoint or some crusty video of someone just recording themselves through a laptop webcam. I guess at $49 a month, you're not getting completely scam if you join for a month to view all the videos. But I'm an extremely strong proponent of find a single business model that's legitimate, stick to it long and hard enough, and you can succeed with any of them. And I think the structure of this program would encourage people to jump around between different business models, which is a common problem that leads to a majority of people never succeeding with any of them. So if you want to get an intro and even good understanding of any of these business models, you can do a better job of that for free on YouTube. And after doing that, if you decide you want further guidance or step-by-step.
What's the real name of this video? Should Lil Durk slide on for Lil Wine? Oh, this shit is hilarious.
Course, I looked for one specifically about that business model coming from somebody you research or vet beforehand.
Right, so outside of his potentially, allegedly illegal schemes and activities, Andrew Tate is a troll, which I have to respect that aspect of him as well as his ability to speak his mind freely. People are too scared nowadays to say anything wrong or something that can be deemed as politically incorrect, and Andrew Tate is kind of the opposite of that, which is why I think people are drawn to him in the first place. But that said, Cobra is not someone I would take advice from, and definitely not someone I would buy a course from if I was looking to learn about marketing, e-commerce, Amazon FBA, or any online business. He puts on a show and acts up for attention. He knows that if he says something crazy, it's gonna get a reaction out of people, he's gonna get more attention, which is ultimately gonna lead to more people paying to join his alpha male group memberships. If you're seriously looking to learn about any online business that is outside of exploiting women, I would look elsewhere.
All right, so yeah, I'm still in the same place. Dude's still tool. It's all air. If anybody has anything that actually fucking refutes any of this, then provide the facts. But I don't know, my guys. I don't know why you guys are backing this. It doesn't make no sense to me. Yeah, like I said, this is gonna be it for me. Thank you. If you check this out. If not, all right. I'm sorry. Had to do my due diligence. I was hearing some wild stuff in the comments. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you for stopping by. Peace.